Yes? I thought I might have had the wrong day when you didn't answer the door. You like music? You were a married woman. Couldn't get off work. How's Donald doing? Oh, good. He was upset about getting kicked off the Altoid Boys. He said he got caught drinking wine. Well, that seems fair. But he's a good boy, sister. He fell down there. But he's a good boy, pretty much down the line. And he knows what an opportunity he has here. I think the whole thing was a little bit too much for him. He's the only colored boy here. And this is his first time at this school. That will be a lot for a boy. He's doing it though, right? His father beat the hell out of him over that wine. You don't tell my husband what to do. You just stand back. He didn't want Donald to come here anyways. Thought he had a lot of trouble with the other boys, but that hasn't really happened as far as I can see. That priest, Father Flynn, he's been watching out for him. No, not exactly. No. I see him out on the altar, but I haven't met him face to face. You know, just heard him around from Donald. You know, Father Flynn, he looks up to him. The man gives him his time. What the boy needs. He needs that. Well, I thought you must have a reason for asking me to come in. Principal's a big job. If you stop your day to talk to me, it must be something. But it's just till June. Whatever the problem is, Donald has to make it here till June. Then he's offered to high school. If Donald can graduate here, he has a better chance of getting into a good high school. And that will mean an opportunity at college. I believe he has the intelligence, and he wants to. Well, that's all I care about. Anything else is all right with me. Try me. You don't say. Concerned? What do you mean concerned? Uh-huh. Well, there's something wrong with everybody. Isn't that so? We got to be forgiven. May have made? No evidence. Then maybe there's nothing to it. Well, I would prefer not to see it that way if you don't mind. Why would he do that? No. He's been himself. Look, sister, I don't want any trouble. And I feel like you're in the march of something, somehow. I think I understand the kind of thing you're talking about, but I don't want to get into it. Not to be disagreeing with you, but if we're talking about something floating around between this priest and my son, that ain't my son's fault. He's just a boy. 12 years old. If somebody should be taking the blame for anything, it should be the man, not the boy. You're agreeing with me, but we're sitting in the principal's office talking about my son. Why isn't the priest in this principal's office? If you know what I'm saying, and you excuse my bringing it up. You think I'm not? Let me ask you something. You honestly think that priest gave my son, Donald, that wine to drink? Well, how come my son got kicked off the altars, boys, and it was the man that gave it to him? How come the priest didn't get kicked off the priesthood? So you give my son the whole blame. No problem, my son getting blamed and punished. That's easy? You know why that is? That's because that's the way it is. You're just finding out about it. But that's the way it is and the way it's been, sister. You're not going against no man in a robe and win, sister. He's got the position. Let me have at him then. It's just till June. Know more about it than you. I don't know. Why do you need to know something like that for sure when you don't? Please, sister. You got some righteous cause going with this priest, and now you're trying to drag my boy into it? My son doesn't need any more difficulties. Let him take the good and leave the rest when he leaves this place in June. He knows how to do that. I taught him how to do that. Excuse me? But you don't know enough about life to say a thing like that, sister. You know the rules maybe, but that don't cover it. You accept what you gotta accept, and you work with it. That's the truth, I know. Sorry to be so sharp, but you're in here, in this room. Well, he's gotta be somewhere, and maybe he's doing some good too. You ever think of that? Well, maybe some of them boys want to get caught. Maybe what you don't know is maybe my son is that way. That's why his father beat him up. Not the wine. He beat Donald for being what he is. I'm his mother. I'm talking about his nature now. Not anything he does. But you can't hold the child responsible for what God gave him. But there's the boy's nature. Forget it then. You're the one forcing people to say things out loud. Things are in the air, and you leave them alone if you can. That's what I know. My boy came to the school because they were going to kill him at the public schools. So we were lucky enough to get him in here for his last year. Good. His father don't like him. He comes here. The kids don't like him. One man is good to him. This priest. But put out a hand for the boy. Does the man give his reasons? Yes. Everybody has their reasons. You have your reasons? But I don't ask a man why he's good to my son. No, I don't care why. My son needs a man to care about him and see him through where he wants to go. And thank God, this educated man has some kindness in him and wants to do just that. It's just till June. Sometimes things aren't black and white. But why would you do that if nothing started with him? So you hurt my son to get your way? Throw the priest out then. Well, what do you want from me? Please, leave my son out of this. My husband will kill that child over something like this. I don't know, sister. You may think you're doing good, but the world's a hard place. I don't know that if me and you were on the same side, but I'll be standing by my son and anyone who's nice to him. I hope you'll be on that side. And I'll see you there. Nice talking with you, sister. Good morning.